All right, so we've gone ahead and stripped my old snowmobile build down because there was too much plastic on that New Bright. It really was made to be toy quality, and yeah, we could have put lots into it to make it worthy, but I also wanted to give the Art Attack snowmobile a chance as well. Now, what I did have running was a brand new Tekin Pro 4 4000 kV censored brushless motor. This thing is a ripper, and this, the ESC, or for the new people that are to the show, this is actually like the electronic brain. This is where all the power distribution from the battery goes. It tells the motor how fast to go. It powers things like the servos, as well as the receiver that goes in for the radio system. Now this here, I don't have to worry too much because it's waterproof and all covered already, but because I have a waterproof servo, and these are fairly inexpensive at the time of this filming. These are about $40 USD from what I've researched, and this is the Savox waterproof, or SW0231MG. Now this has 208 ounces of torque at 6 volts. Now it's going to be regulated depending on the battery that you use, of course, by this little machine that has a BEC. It's basically a voltage regulator that can run between 6 volts and 7.4 volts, or 5.5 amps. So lots of power can go into this, up to a 3S LiPo, and still distribute the proper power to the servo. Now I could have gone with a much higher servo rating. Like, that's not 208 ounces is a lot, but it's not like huge or anything. But really, when we're floating on top of the snow with skis, and I'm not in a situation where my tire is in a rock or something, I need to move it, you know, I think a servo like this is going to be ample, and I'm going to give it a try. So metal gears, and I've got an aluminum horn here that's going to give me plenty of power transfer down to the steering. It'll be a piece of cake. So I was waiting a little bit because I was trying to get in some extra parts just so I could do the build that I wanted. Here we go. I did order wide skis. They didn't have any green, unfortunately. I'm sure I can paint them if I want or if I care, but it is Christmas time coming up, so why not have a look at it? Here's some different arms. Oh, awesome. They actually found out I was going to be doing a green build, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to paint it Kawasaki green, and everyone's like, it's not Kawasaki, you fool. Arctic Cat. But I'm so used to it, it didn't matter to me. In fact, what I was thinking was I was going to do the other one I have, because it's clear, just with my friend was going to help me with Chuck, big thumbs up buddy, thanks. He was going to help me with some flameage on my other one, but then I was thinking I was going to go with like this kind of see-through green, and then Art Attack was like, well, we have this green one, you want to try it out? And I'm like, that's a great idea. So when I ordered all my stuff, which was a pretty penny for me to upgrade all the stuff right out of the gate, but they did have package deals available on the website, and you guys can check it out. So whatever, I'm looking forward to seeing what we can actually get out of these machines. This looks awesome. Okay, upgraded gear, ta-da, and they actually found a driver for me. They have drivers available, so I'm glad. My son Morris loves the green Savage that I have that is a Kawasaki, so I know he'll be a fan of this when we're done. So I also ordered in some extra drive belts, so thank you for the viewers that actually said you've had these, you've had a successful run, and you wish you would have had some extra drive belts. I took your advice, and when I was ordering up everything else, I also ordered some belts. So cool, it'll be good to have them. You don't want to be out there playing and having a good time, and you could have spent the $4.96, even though you guys couldn't see that, and just, you know, got yourself some extra belts so you could fix it right away. Okay, so I'm going to put all this neat stuff away. It's time to open up the book, stop procrastinating, and get into step one. I'll probably make a fool of myself while building this, but thankfully on the website, they do have tutorials and different things like that written out in the tips section that I'll probably be exploring as we go. So let's get started. All right, so I've laid out all the parts so you can see them. My upgraded parts and the stock parts. Yes, I have 2 tracks in the background and 3 pulleys. I purchased all 3 pulleys and 2 different tracks just so we could see the differences to see which one works in my Canadian icy winter. I want this project to be a success. So there's the power system, there's our driver. Here, over here is the upgraded suspension arms. These arms here are much thicker, not the gray ones, but the black ones themselves. You'll also see the original skis that are here. Laying it out just like it's a full scale definitely gets my brain to wrap around the fact that I'm building a smaller model, right? This is basically pre-assembled just by me cleaning a table and laying it out the way I think it should be assembled. Now, check it out. This is an upgraded suspension area. This is the dual suspension idler, like rear idler they have for the track. And from what I've read, I wanted to get this right off the bat because if you're going to have any speed in a machine that works like this, you're going to be taking it off jumps. You know, you want to make sure if you're taking it off any kind of snowdrifts that you've got the right suspension to land because that snowdrift is also in scale. So with this already done, unfortunately, all the hardcore builders out there that want to see me go step by step in the instruction book are not going to get their wish today. This here actually shows you how to put together the rear idler and the assembly of it. All of this doesn't need to be done because we've already got this piece pre-assembled in the upgrade. So it is done and it doesn't need to be assembled. In fact, the first place that I need to talk about with you guys, if you are going to do this, is to talk about the tracks. Now, these tracks, this one here, actually, this pulley system is the one I think I'm going to end up preferring because it does have those exterior teeth. And this track is already pre-drilled for you to have those teeth in there. Look at that. Let's get this in there. So against the green background, we can kind of get some of the red in for the camera and our one-handed filming. There we go. The teeth are cutting right into the track. Of course, it's going to be tighter. Now, that first instruction that wasn't in focus there is telling me to use a heat gun on this rubber track itself because you can see it's kind of oblong. It's like a kidney bean shape. We need to heat this up and actually do a lot of rolling. So I'm going to be working with this to kind of soften it up, make sure that it's nice and pliable, and we can have some good adhesion to these teeth. This track over here, the deep lug track, has teeth on the inside, and these 2 spools right here, or pulleys, are actually the ones that are grabbing these teeth on the inside. I think these ones are going to work better. I do. I haven't tried it yet, but I wanted to see which ones are better for you guys so you could know right out of the gate. A lot of people have looked at the Art Attack snowmobile, but haven't got one before. Or if they did, it was the Nitro one. And being an electric buff myself, I love electric. I don't mind going in and seeing which electric one I can build really well to see if we can get some good power out of it. Look at this. This is the rear idler that we're talking about over there. These are the parts that I could have used, right? Look at this. Being Art Attack is a home-based business. They have these little pieces of paper that tell you how to assemble each part individually. Check it out. The handlebar attachment instructions. So this is for the steering. One of the things I can say to my fellow builders, whether you're a senior builder and don't know this, or if you're a new builder and don't know this, hey guys, if you have any RC out there that you want to build and you can go onto Google and have access to different forums or whatnot, even this one, it's right on the website. Here is a customer's build where they did an electric build. And they totally took a picture. This picture tells me 1,000 words, way better than a black and white manual is going to. This tells me exactly how the transmission goes, tells me where the servo goes, it tells me how the steering's set up, etc., etc. So we can almost see here when I take this top off, ta-da! I've already pre-placed my electric transmission. I know which way it goes. Where this spool gear is, look at for the belt, right? This belt is the drive belt, goes up onto this spool gear, And of course, the battery and such will go underneath here. So yeah, I do have some work to go. I'm gonna have to do it off camera. In fact, I can hear my son right now waking up from his nap, so I gotta run. But check it out, just in case you're wondering. This is the bumper and skid plate. This is aluminum, so it's gonna add a little bit of weight. That's okay. I'd rather have a little bit of weight protecting the front of the sled, especially in the icy winters, and especially if I'm taking it over any jumps, right? You wanna make sure it's not gonna crack in the extreme cold we have out here. So remember, instruction book, use it as you want. Don't be afraid to jump in and try it yourself, and then reference if you've screwed something up. On the other hand, try not to power up until you've checked the instruction book to make sure you did it right. Second, make sure to try and go out and get yourself a picture. Google Images has thousands of pictures of RC. That's a huge help. And number 3, lay out the parts. If you think you know how it goes together, lay it out how you think it's going to go together. That way you're able to go ahead and kind of start assembling where you think it's best. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in to RC Adventures. I'm sorry I got to run. I'm sorry my life is different, but I do the best I can for you. And I want to see what kind of Art Attack snowmobile we can get together and have some sort of monster snow machine. Guys, I hope you subscribed. I'll see you in the next episode of RC Adventures. Go outside and have some fun with RC.